Okay, welcome to my landing page. I was asked by the web developer today, and he said, what makes your course different from all the ones you've done? I gave him a full copy of all my certificates and tried to explain. So I'm going to do it on camera. The course I've created is a safety management system applicable to any business worldwide. I've used it worldwide. I still use it today when need be. All the courses, I've spent about £20,000-25,000. I've done NEBOSH Diploma, NEBOSH General, Oil and Gas, IOSH, OSHA courses over in the States. And every time I walked away from the course, I had a shiny certificate. Look at me, wow, fantastic. But then I would turn up, say a new project, a new job or a business to implement something. I had to create it from scratch. I had no support, no foundation to do it. The entire contents of this course, once you go through each section, you've got a downloadable section, full company policies, emergency response plan, fire risk assessments, construction phase, health and safety files, and everything to populate into it. This has been gathered over many years and many projects, and it totally annihilates the gap that I had from wasting quite a lot of money. 50% of the courses were good, others weren't so. So this has been all put together and it is all there for ready downloads for anybody. You can use it, you can do what you want with it. I also go into real experiences, something you don't get from books. We've had drug busts, we've had audits with people skimming off the top. I've had fights, assaults, troublesome people, stress, depression, even suicides. This isn't what you would read in books and glossy brochures or a lovely white board up there. The content of this course will enable you to decide if you want to do a complete career change. If you're a business owner, it's a full working system. If you're a student coming up through the ranks, it's all here. It's always better to learn from something you can see and feel rather than reading words from somebody else. You'll actually get a copy of these downloads to be right in front of you. They're going to be laid in your lap. So I'm going to bring my experiences right to your living room or wherever you're watching this to make it much better. We're going to flick through the certificates. There's 120 study brief sheets, top quality. You can use these anywhere for setting people to work, or if you're a student, all the information's there to give you an insight of how it works. Let's say it's a construction job. There's many people good on them, doing fantastic degrees, engineering degrees, but they may never even step foot on a construction site for many years later, so they're going into it fresh. These sheets will enable you to delve into what you should look for, what's the best way of doing it, what's the correct way of doing it. The risk assessments are in there. I've even made up COVID risk assessments. Hey, hot topic just now. It's not going away, it seems to be making a comeback. So all varieties of risk assessments. I explain how to do them, what to look for, even RAMS appraisal sheets. Put a few in for confined space, new and expectant mothers, HAZOPs. How about appraising the RAMS? Yeah, it's there. Construction, setting to work brief, hazard registers. It never seems to end. There is a lot of work going into this. Full company safety policies. I've given you 2. There's also a document I put together, 9 pages. It's hyperlinked and it will take you to the section you want to go. Are you a bit curious about law? I don't know, civil law, statutory law? Go into your sheets, hit the button and it'll take you straight there. It will save you hours and it's worth its weight in gold. That's yours. Emergency response plan, office risk assessments. Again, it's all there. Young persons, procedures. You've got to have this documentation in place. First foundation of every single job worldwide is health and safety. In the Western world, I should add, is health and safety, and then you can build careers on top of that. But everything you do will have an element built into it. It doesn't have to be overzealous, it doesn't have to be heavy. I do not like overzealous people. So get people speaking and get involved. That's the whole attitude of this, or approach to this. The safety policies, I've given 2, and they're fully populated. Now, one thing I should say with all this documentation, you have to make it your own. You can't just print it off and go there. You have to put your own company name, your working environment. You've got to adapt it to your own specific area. but they're easy. They're all done for you. The bulk of the content, the framework's there, so hey, it's easy for you. It's not a problem. Then for the dry subjects, the scribes, hand bit of music, upbeat music, just to get you across the finishing line, to make you better understand it, whether it's inspectors arriving on site, regulations, that can be a slog. It was for me. You might be different. So what's better than a scribe? Bit of upbeat music, bouncy music, yeah, that'll come. It'll absorb better, it'll give you a better understanding of what it is. Audits and inspection, there's 47 full inspection sheets for any type of working environment. Digging a hole, working at height, it's there. There's a full list, I've put them in here, so just take your time and read through them. There's too many for me to go through. But again, they're all quality, they're all part of the course, they'll all tie into each and different section of the course. So it makes sense. At the end of it, print it off, save it to a memory stick, and it's yours. What can be better than that? Learn it, apply it to business. The cost of this documentation, if I'm approached by a company for me to implement it, is worth many more times than the course itself. But times are hard, people are looking for work. Let's give people a foot up there. There's stress, there's depression out there. Courses are expensive, so get to know the right angle and make yourself more valuable by getting this content. It will help you. Items like audits and inspections, I've given you real audit sheets. I've given you an example of an audit that I had against me. I've had more than enough. And I also explained things like what's gap analysis. Don't know. Well, you will. I've made it up in a 3-sheet display for you to read, gone through. It's pretty simple once you do know. Accidents and incidents, absolutely. Of course they happen. You know, that's quite wrong what I've put up there. Yeah, but they do happen. What do you do then? I fully explain that. I give you a backup, and the support is all there. Downloadable content, witness statements, root cause investigations, immediate causes. It's all there again for an easy download, just tap it. What about construction? Now this is quite a in-depth element to go into, so yeah, again we've broken it down and made it easy. The full documentation system is there. One of the reasons, was I attended a course, Site Managers, Safety Managers Certification Scheme, and then I did an IOSH one, came away no documentation. But day 2 of being at that course, the lecturer, in between looking at screw fix for light bulbs, who's wanting, and he kept saying to the guys, yo, in the construction phase plan, in the safety file, I stopped the course and I asked, there was 12 others round about, does any of you guys actually know what a health and safety file is, or a construction phase plan? Have you ever even seen one? Only one person had. There's a gap, and that's a course people were paying £500–600 for, turning up not really knowing what was happening. This is coming into your lab, so you can use it, small, large. I've been on projects from £50,000 to 1.2–1.3 billion, and this documentation, I could happily adapt any of my documentation to suit any project. You have that opportunity as well. So it's worth a look. This is worth its weight in gold, this documentation downloads anyway. RAMS approval, principal contractor, principal designer, CDM the basics. Break it down, make it easy. We're not all Einsteins out there. So other forms we have there, even construction check sheets, telehandler MUPs, mobile elevated work platforms that people have got to work on, how to set a job up, is the ground too soft? What about the weather? We go into that. Even a hierarchy of full risk control. CDM, construction site. There is a full checklist. Have you set up everything on this site? Tick, tick, tick. It's there or it's not there. It's black or it's white. You've got it or you don't have it. The emergency response, massive and normally neglected. And we're not just talking about fire escape. We'll go into that as well. But what about toxic chemical releases, fires, rescue people, high-rise buildings? Well, let's break it down and make it English. And again, that's what I've done. So you have a full emergency response plan. You can add, you can take away, you can study it. You don't have to do anything with it, but it is there. First aid check sheets, first aid appointed persons, fire marshals. We go into every pretty much area, backed up and supported by a sheet, a document. Again, it's yours to download on any task. whether it's tomorrow, a year down the line, things will recover. The pandemic, and the one thing that will help the world recover once we get over it is construction. They are going to be pumping billions into construction to get economies going worldwide. Jump ahead of the game. Have a look at the content of the course. I've put an intro section at each element explaining exactly what I do. I'll tell you as it is in the real world, not just a glossy book. And further documentation. What about permits? Find space? Checklist? Yeah, they're all there. They're Hotworks permit. You ever even heard of one? Well, I've given a small toolbox talk there to get you over the line and to get you an understanding. People just need a little bit of traction. Once they get that traction and confidence, it shoots up, and I'm a huge believer in that. So you've set the site up, you've got it all wonderful, and now you need signs. Barrier signs. Signage is massive on any project or any job. At your fingertips you have 100 separate signs that I could think of to put in, and what I actually use. I carry about this documentation in a memory stick, not a big wheelbarrow, ready for me just to download from the cloud. You have got that opportunity too. So have a browse through the content of the courses, see my intro section, have a look at the downloads and see if it can make a difference to you, whether it's now or moving forward, career change, student, company owner. It's all relevant. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you enjoy the course. Thank you.